Hey YouTube, this is Nathan Fry here, and I'm here to talk to you today about this trail camera, the Primos Proof Cam 1, and this one is the second generation. This video today is going to be going over the settings of this camera in more depth. We're going to look inside and we're going to see what our options are for different settings and what they actually do. If you're interested in an actual review of this product where I tell you what I think and what I like about it, then check the description below where I have a link to my other video where I actually give my thoughts and impressions as well as some sample videos and pictures from this camera. Let's take a look at some of the settings. This is a really simple camera. There are not a lot of settings, but let's go over some of them right now. Let's go ahead and take a look inside and I'll show you some of the settings. All you have to do is pop this side open, and of course that's a place that you can lock it if you'd like. It also has a place to put a cable lock through the front. When you open it up, you have your batteries on the right side. Again, I'm using Amazon Basics. They are not rechargeables. I found that rechargeables do not last as long for me as these just basic alkaline batteries do. It's a very simple setup on this camera. First thing you do, you have a setup, on and off switch. So let's slide this over to setup, and let's go through the setup menu. As you can see, the first thing you'll see is how many pictures are actually already on here, along with the battery percentage. In order to scroll through the settings, you just hit the up or down arrow. I'm going to hit the down, and you'll see that the first option that I have here is the date. In order to change the date, I would just hit OK, and then hit the up or down arrow as necessary. That's the month. Scroll through the day, scroll through the year, again moving up and down as necessary, and hit OK. From there I hit down again and I get the time. Same thing, hit OK. I can change the hour, the minute, and the AM and the PM. Hit OK again. I scroll down, I'm done. That's basically all that you get in this part of the settings. Now there's one other thing that's a little bit hidden that I want to show you. You'll see I have 12 pictures on here right now. If I hit the up and the down arrow at the same time, you'll see that it says SDFM. That's a little bit hard to see, but what it's saying is SD format. Hit OK, and you'll see that it goes to 0. Now, one thing that I want to tell you about this camera is that I was having some problems after that initial 9 months of battery life. I was having some problems with putting batteries in and getting extremely short battery life, just a few weeks' time, and I was wondering what happened. So I contacted customer support, and they told me that I should be formatting this every time I put a card in the camera. Even though I was clearing it from my computer, apparently there was some corrupt file that was causing the camera to go through the batteries. Ever since I started doing that, I put the card into the camera over here on this side, and I format it before I begin using it. Now let's go up here and look at some of the other settings as well. What you have here is you have 3 individual sliders. The top slider is do you want photo mode, video mode, or time-lapse mode. And then below it you'll see you have an option for high-low for photo, high-low quality for video, and also an option for simply time-lapse or time-lapse plus photo. For the sake of battery life and most of what I do, I prefer to leave it on photo mode. But again, that's totally up to you. If you want to change it, all you have to do is slide this over. So that would be high photo mode, low quality. And then one more would be photo or video mode, high quality. One more would be video mode, low quality. One more, you're now into time lapse. And one more puts you into time lapse plus photo. Now your next column down, you kind of have to follow this graph. So as you see up here, I'm in photo mode. So what applies to this slider now is the one that's up here on the top. And what I'm selecting is how many photos I'm going to take every time this trail cam triggers. So if a deer is standing in front of my trail camera and it triggers, right now the way I have it set is I'm going to be getting 3 pictures every time it triggers. So if I wanted to say, well, I really want to get as many pictures as possible if that big buck walks by, I'm going to slide this all the way over and I'm going to get 5 pictures every time it triggers. Then I would need to be, I think, in this position actually. Or, however, if you're in video mode up here, then what this column affects you would be this row right here. And this would be how long each video lasts. So if something triggers it, how long of a video do you want? Do you want a 5-second video, 10, 15, 20, 30, or 60? Again, this will impact your battery life. If you do a 5-second video, it's going to use a lot less battery than a 60-second video, especially at night when the infrareds are on. If you're in time-lapse mode, then it's this bottom row. If you're not familiar with time-lapse, what a time-lapse is basically a type of video where the camera will take a picture at set intervals. This would be a good setting if you had say a food plot where deer were going to be through there a lot throughout the day or throughout the evening. And one of the big advantages of this is a deer might be farther away than what can trigger the camera, but the camera can still see it when it takes the picture. And so by taking a picture at set intervals, you may get things that you would not get just by only going on what actually triggers the camera. So in time-lapse mode, you have the option of taking a picture every 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes. Again, my opinion is 60 minutes, you're probably going to miss a lot. There's really not much point of actually using the time-lapse. I decided for the sake of this video to set out this trail camera with the 2-minute interval. And on the 2-minute interval, I ended up after each day, and it only does it during daylight hours, but I ended up with about a 2-minute video each day. However, what I did notice is that after having it out just 3 or 4 days, my battery life had already started to significantly drop. And then the last thing that you'll find down here is the delay settings. And what this is especially for photo and video, how long do you want it to wait between events? So in other words, if a deer comes into your trail camera and it happens to be just standing in front of it feeding, it will trigger and it will take however many pictures that you want. In this case, let's set it to 3. It will take 3 pictures. But let's say that deer stands there for another 5 minutes. Well, in this case, I have it set to 30 seconds. In other words, it will take 3 pictures and then wait 30 seconds before taking another picture. You can also set this, for instance, if you have it over a food plot or bait and you know that deer are going to be staying there for a while and you don't want a ton of pictures of all the same deer, you can move this up to 5 minutes delay. If you really want no delay and you just want every picture possible of every animal that comes by and you want as many pictures as you can of each animal, then you would move this all the way down to 1 second. So guys, that's all the settings that there really are. Now all you need to do is put it on the tree. When you're ready to take pictures, just slide this setup over to on and you're ready to go. It will start taking pictures. Alright, so I hope you found this tutorial of the Primos Proof Cam 1 helpful to you to understand the settings of the camera, what it's capable of. Again, don't forget to check out the link down in the description for the video of my actual review of this camera, where I give you some other of my thoughts about what I like and what I don't like about this camera. If you enjoyed my videos, I would really appreciate it if you'd consider giving me a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing. And until next time, remember to get off YouTube and get outdoors.